The smart home industry has one goal: to convince you that everything in your house needs to be smart. Your lights, your locks, your doorbell, and yes, even your fridge. And here's the uncomfortable truth: a lot of it is a complete waste of money. Some smart gadgets genuinely make your life easier and even save you cash, but others are expensive traps that quietly stop working, spy on you, or turn into useless plastic bricks the moment a company decides it's done supporting them. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly which smart home gadgets to stop wasting your money on, name the specific ones worth buying instead, and give you a simple rule that'll protect you from ever getting burned. Let's get into it. Waste number 1. The smart fridge. Let's start with the single biggest money pit in the smart home world: the smart fridge. You know the ones. A giant tablet strapped to the door, cameras inside so you can see your groceries from the store. They look futuristic, and they cost several times more than a perfectly good regular fridge. But here's the killer problem. A fridge is supposed to last you well over a decade, while the software running that fancy screen often stops getting updates in just a few years. So what you're left with is an incredibly expensive fridge with a dead, outdated tablet glued to the front. All the cost of smart, none of the benefit. Do yourself a favor. Buy a great regular fridge, and if you really want to know what's inside, open the door. Your wallet will thank you for years. Waste number 2. Dirt cheap, no-name gadgets. Next up, those irresistibly cheap, no-name smart gadgets you find for a few dollars. A $4 smart plug sounds like a steal, right? Here's the reality. Those ultra-cheap, unbranded devices are notorious for unreliable connections that constantly drop. They lean entirely on shady cloud servers. They often have terrible security that can expose your whole network. And this is not an exaggeration. Some have genuinely been flagged as fire hazards. This is one area where you get what you pay for really matters, because you're plugging these things into your walls and trusting them with your home. The good news is you don't need to overspend to avoid this. Reliable, affordable smart plugs from reputable brands like Link's Kasa line or Philips Hue cost only a little more and are dramatically safer and more dependable. Cheap is fine. No name and suspiciously cheap is not. Waste number 3. Cloud-locked devices. The third trap is the sneakiest because the gadget itself might be great until it suddenly isn't. I'm talking about devices that depend entirely on a company's cloud servers to function. Here's why that's dangerous, with a real example. Not long ago, Belkin announced it was shutting down the cloud service behind its popular Wemo smart home line. Overnight, people who'd paid good money for those devices lost the ability to control them from their app or with their voice. The gadgets basically turned into paperweights. When a device relies on someone else's servers, you don't really own it. The company can pull the plug, or suddenly start charging you a monthly subscription for something you already bought. The protection is simple. Buy devices that offer local control, meaning they keep working on your home network even if the internet, or the company, goes down. If this is saving you from wasting money, hit that subscribe button. I make these honest, no-hype guides so you build a smart home that actually works instead of one full of expensive regrets, and subscribing really helps me out. Alright, now let me show you what's actually worth buying. The one rule. Before we get to the good stuff, here's the single rule that separates a smart gadget worth buying from a waste of money. Ask yourself, does this solve a real, repeated problem in my day? Or does it just bolt a screen and an app onto something that already worked fine? A fridge worked fine, a light switch you flip 20 times a day, or a thermostat that could quietly lower your energy bill. Those solve a real, repeating problem. If a gadget doesn't make a genuine, recurring task easier, cheaper, or safer, it's a toy, not a tool. Keep that one question in your head and you'll instantly filter out most of the junk. What's actually worth it? So here's where your money is genuinely well spent. First, a smart thermostat, something like the ecobee Premium or a Nest, because this is the rare gadget that can actually pay for itself over time by trimming your heating and cooling bills. Second, a good video doorbell like the Ring Doorbell Pro, which solves a real security and convenience problem. You always know who's at your door, whether you're home or not. Third, those affordable, reputable smart plugs and bulbs I mentioned, Kasa, Philips Hue, which are the cheapest, easiest way to automate lighting and make a real difference to daily life. And if you want security, a solid camera like the Arlo Pro line, which uses on-device intelligence to only alert you when something actually matters. Notice the pattern. Each of these solves a specific, everyday problem, and none of them dies the moment a screen goes out of date. The buying checklist. So whenever you're tempted by a smart home gadget, run it through this quick checklist. 1. Is it Matter certified? That's the modern standard that lets devices from different brands work together and keeps you from getting locked into one company's ecosystem. 2. Does it offer local control, so it keeps working if the internet drops or the company disappears? 3. Is it from a reputable brand with a track record of support, not a no-name bargain? And 4, the big one, does it solve a real repeated problem, or is it just a novelty? If a gadget passes all 4, it's probably worth it. If it fails even one, especially that last one, put your wallet away. Waste number 4, the hidden subscription. Here's a cost that hides until after you've already bought: the subscription trap. A lot of smart cameras and video doorbells are sold at an attractive upfront price, but the features that actually make them useful, like saving and reviewing your video history, are locked behind a monthly fee. Skip the subscription, and your clever camera can often only show you a live view, forgetting everything the instant it happens. Over just a few years, those monthly fees can quietly cost you more than the device itself did. So before you buy any camera or doorbell, find out exactly what it can do without a subscription and precisely what you're forced to pay every month to unlock the rest. Some brands include generous local storage with no ongoing fees at all, and those are the ones that actually respect your wallet over the long run. Start with one problem. And here's the behavior trap to avoid: buying a whole pile of smart gadgets at once because a bundle looked like a deal. The people who end up with drawers full of unused smart junk almost always started by buying gadgets before they had a real use for them. The fix is simple. Pick the single most annoying, repeated problem in your home right now. Maybe it's fumbling for your keys at the door, or a room that's always too cold, or never knowing who's ringing the bell, and solve just that one problem with a single quality device. Live with it for a while. See if it genuinely improves your day. Then, and only then, add the next piece. A smart home built one real problem at a time is genuinely useful. One built from an impulse bundle is just expensive clutter you'll be unplugging in 6 months. Because here's the bottom line: a great smart home isn't the one with the most gadgets. It's the one where every device you own quietly earns its place. The best smart home tech is the stuff you barely think about because it just works. The worst is the stuff that constantly reminds you it's there, or that you wasted money on it. Skip the smart fridge, avoid the suspiciously cheap junk, steer clear of cloud-locked traps, and spend on the handful of things that actually make your life easier. If this saved you some money and some regret, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got a full guide on building a genuinely useful smart home on a budget coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.